Look, fam, if you tired of feeling stressed and worried in your life and you find yourself constantly saying, God, man, I wish I had more confidence. Or, damn, I wish I knew how things are going to work out. Or, man, I wish I had more peace in my life. Any of these things, all it is some things that you just don't understand that you have to do in the mindset that you need that'll help you and have the results that you want to have out of your life. And that's what I'm going to speak on in this video. I'm going to give you a few keys around having more peace, a few keys when it comes down to building confidence in yourself and in your life, and helping you to understand the mindset shift that you have to make in order to see these changes in your life. So by the end of this video, you're going to have practical tools that it's going to be on you to take and use it in order to create different changes in your life so that you can wake up and go through your day-to-day life having more confidence and carrying more peace in your everyday life. So if this video does bring value for you, make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe, because I drop value on this platform every single day that I show up for you all, because this is a family over here. So make sure you subscribe so you can get that value that's going to help change and improve your life. And if you know somebody that can benefit, that's struggling in these same areas as well, pay it forward and share this to somebody else that needs to hear this message too. So let's get right into it. When it comes down to having more confidence, I want you to understand all confidence comes from is proof and evidence. Confidence comes from, you know what, I've been here before. Confidence is, you know what, I know who I am. So if you're sitting as a person who doesn't have confidence, whether it's something you're pursuing, a profession, a goal, a career, fitness goals, a lot of people, I see this more times than not, this shows up in dating and social skills when it comes down to having the social confidence to communicate with the girls that you want to, or for the ladies to having the confidence in your social life to create a friend group or a social circle, whatever it is. I see that happen there more times than not. And if you want to have confidence in your life, all you have to do is start getting reps in. It's quite that simple, fam. You know what? A lot of times, a lot of us, and I used to struggle with this too, we don't have confidence because the fact that we don't have confidence and we're afraid that because we're not confident, we're gonna fail, we're gonna fuck up, something bad is gonna happen, we're gonna get embarrassed or whatever, we don't even try or start. And the only way that you can actually build confidence is through reps. So if you don't have the courage to even start, then you'll never be able to do the things that's gonna build the confidence that you wanna have. So step number one is you have got to exercise courage. And I said exercise because you don't have to go looking for courage. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to go pay somebody for it. You don't have to go looking for it. You already have it within you. We come with it. We come pre-installed. Just like we come with 2 eyes, 2 ears, we have a nose, and all of our physical features. Courage is something that comes built in. But when you don't use it, it atrophies. You know, that's why you hear that age-old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah, that applies to courage as well. So with whatever it is, whether you're trying to get confident with talking to girls for the fellas or for the ladies, you know, being more confident with how you see yourself and how you show up and feel in a room with other women or other people. If you're trying to build something, whether a career, a platform, a business, a skill set with something, and you're a novice, you build confidence through first exercising courage. You have to have the courage to start. If you, like I said, if you can't do that, then you're never going to even move anywhere. That's just like trying to get down the road and you're not willing to move your feet and take a step. You're going to stay right where you are. So you got to have the courage to start. And then understanding with building courage, it's reps. Even if you fucking up, if you trying something and you actually sit down, you're not just trying something, and when things don't work, you don't look at it like, oh, I'm a failure, or see, I know I couldn't do this, or whatever the case is. If you don't look at the reps you're taking and use that to try and qualify if you're worthy, if you're good enough, and to measure who you are as a person, if you don't do that, and you can sit down and be like, okay, what happened? Like, what exactly did I do? Then you'll start seeing, okay, what things you need to do to get a different outcome. And that's the next thing, because so many people struggle with confidence because you base your confidence in you trying something to qualify if you're worthy or if you're good enough, and you can't do that. So you got to shift your mindset from that to, you know what? I'm getting these reps in, and all of these reps, these things that I'm trying, all I'm simply doing is using these just to see what happens. And when you plug in and look and see what happened, then you can start brainstorming and looking at, okay, what can I try differently from this time? And as you get more reps in, you're gonna start seeing different outcomes as you tweak and do things differently. And as you do things through trial and error, eventually you're gonna see something actually work. And then once you see something works, you start feeling a little bit better, because the second part of confidence, you giving yourself evidence, which is what I said a second ago. Confidence is evidence. Once you've seen that you're giving yourself evidence that you can do something, then you're gonna establish confidence. And once you've seen something work and you try things again and again, and you see more reps, working more things that you've tried, working more and more overtime, where it's like, you don't think you can do this, but it's almost like, damn, I've done this so many times and seen it work. I have the confidence because you know what you're doing is gonna work. That's confidence. And I always use the example of basketball as somebody who develops talent. When you first start learning how to shoot a basketball, you may airball, you may hit the side of the backboard, you may hit the rim, or whatever the case is. No matter how bad it is, if you keep taking reps, eventually you're gonna get closer to hitting the shot, and you keep adjusting what you're doing, how you shooting the ball, and eventually you're gonna shoot the ball, and the ball is gonna go in. And you look and be like, okay, what did I do? Let me try and see if I do that again. And you try and do what you did before, replicate what you did that worked before. And sometimes you may not do it, and you look and tweak, you make the adjustment, you try it again, and it's like, oh, okay, I made another shot. You try that same thing again, oh, I made another shot. And now you see, okay, what I'm doing is working. That's how you build confidence, and the more shots you get, the more confidence you build. So how this looks in real life is, whether you trying to talk to girls, so many guys, you don't have confidence because you don't know how to talk to girls. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to make them like you and how to create a vibe and build attraction. You have to get reps in. So even if you say something and you completely tank, you look at, okay, what did I say? What did I do? Like, what was my tone? What was my body language? And you look at that and you look at what doesn't work. And if something doesn't work, it's like, okay, well, maybe let me not do this next time, and let me try and do something different. For example, I'm gonna smile this time. I may say something and maybe my vibe or, my body language wasn't receptive to a girl. Let me try and lighten up my body language and have a lighter vibe and a smile when I talk. And you may go talk to a new girl and you try that, and it's like, damn, she's more receptive. Okay, you're giving yourself evidence that something works. After 10 times with 10 different girls or 20 different girls, and you see a number of those times you get a good result, there's no longer a doubt if you can do something. You've given yourself evidence, you know what? I can take this action and get a good result or a desired result. That's how you build confidence. And it's no different with any other thing. If you build in a platform, if you build in a business, It's all about taking actions, whatever actions you're doing. And as you get to a point where you take actions and you see something move your platform or move your business where it grows, you're gonna see, okay, this is something that works. And once you get to a point where you know you've been able to help somebody, you've been able to attract clients, you've been able to make sales or whatever it is you're doing, confidence builds. So that's something that is important for you to do. So that's how you build confidence, is through taking actions, getting reps in, looking at what you're doing, refining, and as you go along, you're gonna figure it out as you go. And once you give yourself evidence and repeated evidence, confidence is gonna build. The other side of building confidence is understanding yourself. So many people, and I see this with a lot of ladies, a lot of guys too, but especially with ladies that struggle with confidence, you look at all the time the things that you don't like about yourself or the qualities that you don't think are good qualities. But so many times you don't take time to highlight your strong suits. Some of you may have great features, physical features. Some of you may have a bubbly personality. Some of you may know how to speak life into people. Some of you may be artistic. Some of you may be crafty. Some of you may be athletic. Some of you may be able to cook. The list goes on and on about different attributes that you have. Some people may sing, you may have a certain vibe. You may be the fun person where you walk in the room and the energy shifts and you the life of the party type of person. So many different things. I can go on and on. You got to lean into those things to build confidence. Like for me, for so long, I couldn't do that. And when I started realizing like, damn, bro, you're really somebody that are a vibe. Like when you walk into a room and you interact with people, the room shifts. You somebody that is a great vibe. You always encourage people and you make them feel like they believe in what they can do. You always make people believe in themselves. You always encourage people, make people feel seen, heard, loved. I didn't think that those things mattered. It wasn't until I took time to really look at my highlights. Look at the fact that, bro, you have an athletic build. You have a strong, muscular build. You can sing, like you really can sing. You make music effortlessly. Like, dang, bro, like you great with working with young athletes. You can take a little kid who doesn't know anything about football and basketball, and you can start getting them results like that. All of these things, I started listing my highlights, and as I started doing that, I was like, damn, bro, I'm not as shitty as I thought I was. Like, you know, I'm him. I'm really somebody, because those are desirable qualities, and every last one of you have them, but you got to take time to look at your desirable qualities in order for you to feel confident, because confidence is how well you understand something. I gave y'all that when it came down to other things, but it also applies to yourself as well. Confidence comes from understanding yourself well. When you understand yourself, your strong suits, who you are, and how those things plug into people and life, you're gonna have more confidence. So that's what it is to building confidence, understanding yourself, having the courage to start, getting reps in. And once you give yourself evidence, it's almost like once you get into situations, it's like, man, I know I got this because I've been here before. So that's breaking down confidence. And if you following this and it's like, damn, okay, I hear you, but you still need help with how to establish confidence in your life and you don't know how to do that, I want to let you know that I actually created a program and a community helping people to build their confidence, their self-esteem, so that they can have the life results they want, whether it's social skills and relationships and dating, whether that's building a physique that you want to have, the body that you look in the mirror and you feel confident with having, whether that's with building a platform, building your money, your lifestyle, whatever the case is. I've got that community available to help people level your life up, whatever that looks like. If that's something that resonates with you, I've got a link in the description. Click that link and you can send me a DM over on Instagram or send me an email and we can get on a call, see what you're struggling with in your life to see if we can help you get what it is that you want out of your life ultimately. And if that resonates, I'll see you on the inside. And I also want to let you know, for people that may be looking for one-on-one personal hands-on coaching, I do offer one-on-one coaching as well. If that's something that you're looking for, you can, same thing, click that link in the description, send me a message or email me, and same process. We can get on a call, see what's going on that you may be struggling with, and to see how we may be able to help you. And if that's a fit, I'm excited and can't wait to see you and help you turn your life up and really get this thing where you want it to be. So the next thing is having more peace in your life. That's the next thing I want to talk about, because so many people struggle with peace. And in a nutshell, most people struggle with peace is feeling pressure that you have to accomplish, that you have to need and have this and that, or whatever the case is. Because deep down on a small level, everybody just wants to feel like they're enough, like they have enough, they are enough, and they do enough. It's one of those three things. So we feel pressure when we don't feel like we're doing enough in life, when we don't feel like we are enough for the people in our lives or for social media, our peers, our job, our business, whatever, our clients, whatever the case is. A lot of times that's what it boils down to. And what you have to understand is, when it comes down to peace, understand that there is no shortage. When you understand that, you know what, come hell or high water, just because I don't have the answers on how I'm going to do this or how things are going to work out for me, doesn't mean that it's not, or the answers aren't already out there. A lot of times, 100% of the times, it is, and it's all about timing. Everything in this life is just timing. So when you can have a mindset and understand that, you know what, man, even if I don't know how this shit is going to work out, things always work out in my favor at some point. I know I'm going to be okay and it's going to work out. When you can get to that point, you have more peace. Like when you get to the point where you realize, like, you know what, I may not have the money in my bank account that I need right now, but you know what, when I absolutely need, I will have what it is that I need. And look back over your life and realize, like, damn, I've been in situations where I didn't know how things were going to work out. And somehow, come hell or high water, it just somehow happened to work out. And if you understand that things will always work out for you, then you don't have to worry. And that removes that stress and that pressure that robs you of peace. So it's the mindset. Even down to when it comes down to dating relationships, so many people feel like they're not enough, and you know what, there's a shortage of people that they want to date and things like that, or the type of person that they would want to date. Look, you came into this existence being enough. There was a point in time where you didn't worry about if you were enough for a partner, if you were qualified to have them or to keep them or to make them happy and all of these things. You just were who you were, and the right people just resonated and gravitated to you, and it just worked. And you didn't have to worry and stress about it. So when you understand that, look, with or without this relationship, with or without this person, I'm enough, you don't have to stress. And especially for the people who are single, or you struggling and you feel like there's not enough people out there, or you'll never find your dream partner, fam, it's 4 billion people of the opposite sex. I promise, if there was 1 million of you, let alone 1 billion clones of you, you still wouldn't come close to being able to date all of the possible people that you could match with. There is no shortage. I promise you, for whatever it is you want, there's somebody out here in this world looking for exactly what it is that you bring to the table. It's your mindset. And when you start realizing there's no shortage of anything, even when it comes down to money, bam, it's $43 trillion in circulation. For the people worrying about not having enough money or struggling with money, money circulates every day. I look online, I look on TV, I look around in my everyday life as I go through my city and things like that, and I see all of these different businesses operating, people going into stores, restaurants, companies, places, and they're exchanging value. Money is being exchanged in order for something else. It's constantly cycling. So there is no shortage of money, you know? And then you think about it, people that have a scarce and a messed up mindset about being rich. Man, a wealthy person dies every day, every month, every year. There is no shortage of them. So there's always money out there to make. So I'm telling you all of these things for the people who struggle with having peace in your life. That's a personal choice. You don't have to struggle with peace. It's your mindset. And when you understand that, yo, everything happens in perfect timing, yo, I am enough already who I am, and I don't have to kill myself to prove anything to anybody or prove my worth. Yo, there's no shortage of people or money where I can always have the relationship and the quality of it or quantity of it that I want. Same thing with money. I can always have the quality and the quantity of money that I want. It's out there. Then you can carry peace that, you know what, you're not going to miss on anything in this life experience. And if you miss on it, it's because deep down you have a belief that you're going to miss on it or that there's not enough. And life is just confirming and matching what you believe about yourself. So when you get to a point where you change what you believe and you change how you look at life, then life is going to show you something different, going to show you different outcomes. But that's on you to change those things. So I want you to understand those things where it's your mindset that's going to drive how the kind of peace that you have in your life, and you got to shift that. It's also your mindset when it comes down to confidence. It's how you look at it and what you do. Once you change the way you look at it, make sure that you actually taking those actions. Have the courage to start. Like I told you, because your life, for the people who feel like, man, I'm struggling in life, I don't have the peace, I don't have the confidence, I don't have the lifestyle, I don't have the dating life, I don't have the relationship, I don't have the money, I don't have the body when I look in the mirror. All that is just a reflection of the things that you repeatedly think throughout the days, over a long span of time. The things that you repeatedly think, that's going to create the life that you have. Why am I saying that? Because you're going to do based off of what you think. Like if you think you can do something, you think you are something, you think that you're capable of something, then you're going to take actions that support that. And if you don't think that you're capable, if you don't think that you're worthy of having something, you don't think that you're able to have something or any of those things, then you're not going to take actions that would provide those things that you deep down really want. And it's all about understanding that what you do, what you think is going to create the life that you have. Then understand, starting today, what you do today, what you do tomorrow, next week, next month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year is going to create the life that you experience down the road in the future. So you line that up and you will have the life that you want. So that's the video for today. Again, if this video brought value, or you know somebody else that's struggling in these areas that can benefit from this message, make sure you share this to them. Again, subscribe if you haven't, like and comment what resonated with you the most in this video or what stood out. And understand where you go and what you do in your life, fam, that's 100% all on you, fam. And if you do the work, I promise you got it. So I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And until next time, peace and love.